Hello, welcome everyone. There's going to be a slight delay. Yeah, judging from... Yay! Hello, welcome everyone. Okay then. Let's quest.
It came from the age beyond the ages. From the space beyond vision. Wheeling in an abyss of infinite darkness.
Yeah, I got my two computers on. Basically one watching commentary, one not. It's a little jarring.
We failed.
I'm actually glad to hear that because I've tried recording this game several times and it has like some of the worst frame rates sometimes. It could just any other game. Skyrim's fine. So I don't even know what this is. Doing hard mode. It's just more fun. Like the hard mode in these games are never like overly psychotic. It basically just means more dudes. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that either. I'm using OBS, so I don't know if you know better software. Yeah, recording on this game is always a little weird. Of course, if we want to go ultra pixely, there's actually a mode in this game to have it look like early 80s pixel graphics. And I mean like the eye-searing pink and cyan of yesteryear. Fair enough. First time I've ever run out of ammo for that thing. So this is a lot simpler than I thought. I don't know what I'm going to stream for. Again, this is just me dicking around. Love the way that sword spun. Maybe I can make that jump. Famous last words. Yep. I think I was in shield. Yep, there. I feel like this is my favorite axe in first-person shooters. Not that I have that many to choose from, but yeah. The one in Project Warlord has good heft. I love how the pieces, or not in his case, but the physics in this game can be just gleefully weird. Wait for them like Conan toward the end of the movie. Oh, bravo. Oh, fell stuck. This sword is like the reason I got this game. Just look at this. Just the sound and everything. I'm happy to see that it's like my workhorse weapon for the most part. Due to technical difficulties of me not figuring out how the elevator works, we are a bit delayed. Here we go. It's kind of useless in this game. There's no fall damage. Use wisely, as in all the time. That is the wisest way to use this weapon. There's something weirdly traditional about this as the first episode. Kind of like in Doom, you don't really go anywhere above the what do you call it? The rocket launcher in the first episode. That said, like the two bigger weapons, the Star Torment and the H-Arm, they don't come up until episode 2. Most video games are not going to go straight for the exit. Okay. I think I missed something. How could I conceivably? Yes, it is. Yeah, I guess I'll finish off the rest of this level and maybe finish the next one as well, just for old time's sake. Oh, that was a mistake. Alright. It's cool. We can fix this. Yeah. Or we can't. Oh. Oh, alright. It was a little while since I last saved. Last saved manually, in any case. No one for tactics, that guy. I mean, your specialization is hucking grenades. What are you doing facing me, staring me right in the face? Dude, that guy had a plan. Now there's my second favorite weapon. Now here's the weirdest part about this stage. Like, okay, notice how the water is now. What we're gonna do is swim up this tube. And for some reason, that works. Up. There's really no reason why that should work. Okay. That could have gone a little better. Oh, well, that's fixed now. Yeah, Eva wasn't up for it. And talking to myself while recording is a little weird for me.
if I emerge from my nap and go
Sure. I can use a chatting buddy if you want.
Yeah, there we go.
What was the last autosave? There. So while we're back here, let's see, there are a couple secrets we can find. I'm totally gonna save scum my way through. There we go. There, that should make this a lot less painful. There we are.
I emerge. We have an audience?
Let's see. I'm pretty sure I know the gentleman who was who was watching, which from some less than subtle hints.
Alright. I cannot unpenetrate that screen from here, so I'll stop. Still amazing how good pure sprite was on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the workday, I just needed a nap before actually proceeding with the day, so.
No, that's fine.
So what makes this your go-to more so than, say, Ion Fury?
Well, to be honest, Ion Fury is kind of catching up in that regard. Like, well, it kind of helps that. All right, for some reason, like I'm just gonna demonstrate. I can't select that. I'm gonna guess that that's due to a bug that needs to be patched out. But, well, you with that you could basically do any episode you want, and for the exception of like the first two, you find all your weapons pretty quickly. So you can just kind of like dive into wherever you want in the game. Like Ion Fury, if you were to skip ahead, you kind of have to pull out some cheat codes, and you know, to get all the weapons, you also need all the keys, which kind of messes up the sequence. And you know, I just like playing the level in order. So it's good for just jumping in.
So, silly question. Do you consider the level end screen to be a spoiler?
Hold on. Press the wrong button. Not really, since it's kind of vague. Maybe more foreshadowing than anything else.
Alright. If you don't know why that might be spoilerish, you should really check out this game. It's cool.
Yes. This is, you know, of like the old school shooters, this is, I would say, tied with Ion Fury as a favorite. Nothing wrong with Dusk, just kind of like, if I were to choose between, you know, action horror and, you know, space wizardry, I'd pick space wizardry.
Fair enough. Want to look like one of those old in space T-shirts. Well, for me, it was usually folder covers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Kind of like, you know, like the same artist that you know, draws for both folder covers and album covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like Keeper of the Seven Keys by Halloween.
Yes.
Which is like probably the most Ralph Bakshi or most 80s animated fantasy you're gonna get from a musical album.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of like what we're working with, and it kind. Ooh. Now he dreams of death and pain, and it kind of makes sense since early FPSs did kind of were inspired by both the music and the album covers.
Yes.
I mean, when you think about, I mean, all right, Doom was a bit more like heavy metal, but when you look at the cover for, say, Bat Out of Hell and Bat Out of Hell 2, yeah, when I first saw that, I thought there was a really cool movie that I was missing out on. This is the soundtrack for it.
That would have been a cool movie if it existed.
Yeah, they made a musical, and well, I've heard kind of mixed stuff about it. I still kind of want to catch it someday.
Yeah, but we're checking out. Are there any musicals that you've seen before and really want to catch again?
I would like to catch Phantom of the Opera live.
That would be very cool to see live.
Yeah. Let's see. We will see the secret to that later. Yeah.
Have you ever actually seen a show on Broadway?
I think so, but it was more of a compilation of a few. It was called "Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk." Though, to be honest, my memory's a little fuzzy. Maybe that was off Broadway.
Okay. Was it something you went to New York City for, though?
Yes.
Now, geographically, did you find yourself going into New York City often into school trips?
Not too often. Well, okay. As a little kid, yeah, Natural History Museum, which was the go-to for a lot of schools, I imagine.
Probably, though. For the area that I grew up in, our closest city was Philadelphia.
Yeah, so you probably just had that only in like reverse, or not reverse, but for Philly.
Yeah.
I don't know what reverse New York looks like. Just throwing it out there. What would reverse New York be like? Because New York is already kind of a mixed bag of things to see.
It is a strange place that contains
Yeah. Anyway, if someone's listening has an answer for that, I'd be curious. I like that weapon, but it's really hard to use well. Because I found it's best to be kind of sneaky with it.
Well, it certainly had an effect.
Yeah. You see, it's a chain lightning that rips through a lot of the little guys, but will stop at a big guy. But if you know a big guy that's going to take a while to take down, and there's a little guy right there, it could be used to kill him very quickly. Sorry, that was a lot of technical terms. But it's probably my second favorite one. This is my absolute favorite weapon, and the reason I got this game.
Well, I guess the sword fight.
What?
Still amazing looking at that axe and saying that's a spray.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I am. My mind is boggled for how they did that. Just yeah, taking into account not just the angle of how it's held, but also the lay of the room.
That's a very clever bit of programming.
Yeah. from what I understand, it was that effect that really got the project going. Like, this started as a Doom mod.
Really?
Yeah, from way back when, like when you started doing like artwork, and so it's been an on-off project for years. And let's see, the creators behind this, I think, were also with the Rise of the Triad remake.
All right.
So that got them some experience under their belt. So this is like a lifetime project, and one of the rare ones that really pan out.
Yeah, since sometimes the lifetime projects end up kind of duking forever again.
Yeah, or to put in movie terms, Book of Henry.
Yes.
So that was apparently a lifetime project, and well, sometimes you don't finish something for a reason.
Sometimes it just needs to be kicked out the door.
Yeah. But, well, I can kind of see, because he's been working on it for like 20 years, and thinking about how the world has changed in that time. Between technology and everything else.
And also some plot points that still made sense in the age of payphones, but less so in the age of cell phones.
Yeah, like our genius Henry doesn't have a cell phone when he's basically taking over the house.
And yet it is not serious.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of the part where it pays to be sneaky. Stop moving.
Nice.
Yeah, I've cleared out whole rooms like that.
Finding an obscure vantage point and...
I guess one interesting discussion, something I've been thinking about ever since I first played this game, is how much does the painting on the wall change a game?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get right down to it, gameplay-wise and like flow and everything, this isn't that different from Quake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are little things like Quake doesn't have a lot of like scrub enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll have some at like the first level, but then you'll have damage sponges for the entire rest of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he moves, how the levels are laid out with the warp room and everything like that, it does feel very much like Quake.
Mm-hmm.
And well, and there are gameplay differences. Like this clearly wouldn't fire like a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The back swing, the fact that it's not bullet velocity,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. But then you have the stuff like that, and then that's basically a rocket launcher, homing laser, or something like that. Because I remember seeing, something about extra credits did. I forget what game it was. It might have been one of the XCOMs. And basically, how a character's default look, because you get a lot of randomized, default, looks for characters. How that kind of changed how you use them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he had one guy who he put by sunglasses, and in spite of the character having stats that were identical to everyone else, he became the spy.
Yeah. Again, actually, it might not have been at XCOM, but it was, a game.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, something along. Yeah.
Includes Cognition, that was the episode.
Right.
This was quite a while back when they had the first host and the first writer. I think the first artist still.
By the moon, I feel worried. And there are let's compare this to say Ion Fury, because Ion Fury is a bit closer to your classic FPS with the guns and everything.
Yeah.
Like this is a lot of circle strafing, where Ion Fury, because of all the bullet velocity, is a lot of seeking cover.
Mm-hmm.
And those two concepts aren't mutually exclusive to one or the other, but gameplay-wise, it makes a bit more sense. Like, if this is Ion Fury, I'd be getting behind cover, but here I'm kind of like in the sword dance, avoiding them while taking them out.
for you, what's another game that does involve a lot of circle strafing?
Let's see. I guess arguably, Doom Eternal, since I don't think any of the enemies use velocity weapons.
Okay.
And let's see, Dusk. Again, none of them use bullet velocity. You have plenty to spare. But yeah, but you're able to dodge basically anything the enemy throws at you.
Just looking for things that are an equivalent gameplay comparison, so we can really look at just what the paint coat does.
Yeah. Now, it's kind of hard to compare the Doom Eternal as, or even like the other Doom, since since it is very different on like on a lot of levels. Yeah, with the finishing moves, and when this is a lot simpler and more straightforward. For most of the enemies in the original Dooms, it was circle strafing, because the ones with actual bullets aren't the best at hitting things. And there's a bit of a delay, so you can more just get the drop on those enemies a lot more in those games. And again, you can't really discount the speed of the projectile, and just how everything is swung. Take the chainsaw from Doom. Like there, it was just a quick, axe to the head. Where in Doom, it felt a lot more gritty, more like a struggle with whatever whatever enemy you're with, like one of the Pinky Demons. Where you're just kind of gritting your teeth while the chain. Yeah, and I know that I'm basically safe, but it still has the feeling of die.
Fair enough.
It's still a very desperate.
That you're in far closer quarters than you would like to be with these creatures.
Yeah.
Whereas here it is a lot more.
Yeah. Like, you feel like a sword's in this game. You feel like a sword's been empowered by magic.
Whereas in Doom, it feels more like a gunman disempowered by close range.
Yeah. Where, like, in a normal situation, any average Joe would probably be nothing to him. But here, chainsaw is a little less excessive. Except that they have one on Mars for some reason.
Well, it's true. Emergency chainsaw.
I did love hearing about how they put a weird amount of justification putting a chainsaw on Mars in Doom 3. That speaks to me like they were missing the point. It's kind of like Mad Max in that car. I mean, yeah, it was destroyed in the one movie, but it's his car. And sure, it's going to get destroyed about 2 seconds in Fury Road, but still.
Still, it's his car.
Yeah.
He's got to have it. Actually, I will be right back.
All right. is that not a secret? That's such a ripoff. I put all that effort to scurry over there.
And I return. And that looks like key.
Mm-hmm. And that sounds like dudes.
I was gonna say, game honesty, it's sure a sign that you're about to get into trouble.
Yep.
So with the planet launcher, are these miniaturized planets, or are you just extremely large?
I think it specifically shrinks planets
Alright.
and makes them launchable.
Mm-hmm.
Probably messing up some solar systems, but whatever. We're fighting evil and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lunar Sanctuary.
Yep, the first of the bosses. Oh, yeah. To be honest, I've wanted to do a Let's Play for a long time, but recording it... oh, here we go. Oh, that was good. It's gone. But
Use these items to defeat the Guardian.
yeah. Now it is always fun finding the inscriptions hidden, because one bit of storytelling. I mean, there isn't a lot of environmental storytelling, but there is in this where the ones that you can find commonly are very much of the jingoistic or fanatical type, where the hidden ones are the ones that are worried.
Mm-hmm.
Which I always felt was a nice touch.
Yeah.
And as I did mention in my one video, fanaticism and hubris are very much themes in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's bust out the sun. By the way, try to do this as the Sun Guardian, it won't do anything.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Like,
Yeah, it makes sense, but still cool. Wow.
yeah, well, this is one of the easier bosses, and probably this game's biggest fault is that, for the exception of like 2 bosses, the soul mode can destroy them instantly. Well, not instantly, but very, very easily. So so it's either unbalanced against you or unbalanced for you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's seldom middle ground, except again for like the last 2 bosses.
Gotcha.
That's still remarkably beautiful.
Yeah. Yep, let's see. That's for finding all the inscriptions, for killing everything, and final. Oh no, that's for the secrets. That's for the inscriptions.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this stream has gone on for a while. It was supposed to be a test, but I guess we could occasionally live stream this.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night, Al.
Let me just remember.